Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Is It Fire with Yvette Aguirre. For today's episode, we will be reviewing the new Morphe and Jeffree Star collab. So on the back, I will read what it says. How are you? We all know I live for making a bold statement, especially with my makeup. The world needs color and I'm serving it up by the pound. I'm excited to once again create magic with Morphe and bring this beyond stunning palette of velvety, vivid shades to life into your hands. All Jeffree Star approved and created all for you. Holographic moment, as he would say. And it comes with a super big mirror. Like, I don't think I've seen a mirror this big on any palette that I have before. Go ahead and then do my eyebrows, my face makeup, my lipstick, and pretty much everything up to contour too. And the only thing I'm leaving is my eyes, so I'm just gonna wait to show you guys the eyeshadows, my liner, my lashes, and yeah. So if you'd like to see this Jeffree Star collab with Morphe, please keep on watching. Okay, so we're back. So I already did my face. I literally did everything. The only thing I need really is highlight if it'll go with the look, and like lashes, eyeliner, you know, the whole eye situation. So I'm thinking that I want to do something orangey, but not like rusty orangey. Like I'm talking like playful orangey. So pretty much right now I think I'm gonna grab the color called Honestly Truth. So I'm gonna grab it and I'm kind of going to put it in the top. Cut creases look different, and this is how I like mine. It's really easy actually. You kind of just, you don't even need to follow this like guideline. I just make it how I want it. So you want to make sure you're packing the color in, because this is going to be the color that shows up the most, and you don't want it to get washed out. I connect mine sometimes right here. So you see how it's looking right now? So far, this color is really good to work with. Not having troubles at all. There we go. So I'm the type of person who I like to do the same right after on this eye, because I don't like doing one whole eye and then going back and then do, you know what I mean? Like I'd rather keep it consistent between eyes. So now I'm gonna go ahead and go and do this one. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and grab the color wand noise. Grabbing it on a brush that looks like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of coat the brush all around since it's a round one, and then I'm going to define underneath that overall shape that I made. And when I get to the outer part, I don't want to make it as thick. On the inner part, it's fine if it gets to look thick. So I kind of just line underneath that first eyeshadow. So it has more dimension, if you will. And again, I connect it on the inner part. So wand noise is kind of a metallic color. So I know usually people wouldn't probably use that as kind of like a transition shade. But I think it'll work out fine. And I know a lot of people struggle when they do cut creases or their take on a cut crease, just because they think that like if I close my eyes, they're probably like, people are so anal sometimes and they're like, oh, it has to look like perfect this way. But to me, when I open my eyes, I should be able to see that shape regardless. I mean, yes, also when it's closed, but I focus more when my eyes open. Otherwise it just looks weird when it looks, I don't know, too perfect when it's closed, and then when they open it, it's all like winky. No shade. And if you need that line to look thicker, I kind of just like flick it upwards. Like so. Here we go. Okay, so I did the same to the other side. And you see how from far away you can kind of see that like wave going on? That is when you know you are doing it good to your eye shape. Again, my eye shape might not be the same as your eye shape, clearly, duh. But this is just some tips and tricks to an overall cut crease. So now what I kind of want to do is with the same one, I'm gonna go into Self-Made, which it's a pink. It's this one right here. And so I'm gonna dip my brush into Self-Made, and again, I'm gonna go all around, making sure the whole thing is dipped in there. And I'm just gonna go on top of that color that we just did. And just line it up. Cut my crease, which I don't really need to do too harshly. Just a little bit on this part and a little bit on here. So for cutting my crease, I don't always use the same method. Some days I will go in with MAC Soft Ochre. Some days I'll just go in with my concealer. Other days I'll use other products. Today I think I'm just gonna use a little bit of foundation. You could use concealer, foundation, any type of eye primer. Really, whatever works for you. And I just try not to put too much, because then you see when people put too much on and then they have to work with all that. I'd rather just add, and I'm sure you guys all agree. So I used to use the Too Faced glitter glue primer. Even if it was just like a metallic eyeshadow or whatever the case may be, I would still use that one. But however, I think last time I called, before I went to go pick it up, I called my local Ulta and I was like, hey, do you guys have this glitter glue primer, whatever, and they're like, oh no sweetie, we're gonna discontinue that one. So I had to find a new one, and I've been using the other one for years, so I just had to give the NYX one a try. I heard it's kind of similar. For what I need it for, I guess that's just what I'm gonna go with. So I already cut my crease, and I already put I used foundation first, and then to sculpt it out, and then I've used the NYX glitter primer. And so now I think I'm gonna go in with the color Millions. It's this new formula that they got, that they made for Morphe's collab with Jeffree Star. I'm just gonna use the color Millions to then put it on my, this is gonna be very interesting. I'm not sure if this is their most, okay, so it's not working with a brush. Let me try it with my finger. Oh, okay, it's working better with my finger. However, it's not exactly. Okay, it's working better. So I suggest if you're gonna use this to either use one of those rubber brushes, the one that are specifically for that are for glitter and eyeshadow palettes, because you'll just get lost in the sauce if you use a brush. As far as this glitter, it's really I mean, it shows up. It's just probably not like my favorite glitter. I'm used to using these glitter paint, not paint pots, but these glitter jars I have, but I wanted to give this one a shot. I'm going to go in with Boss Angeles. It's this darker rustic orange. You know, the one I said I was gonna stay away from. So I'm still gonna use the same brush. Honestly, I don't use too many different brushes when I do my makeup. And I'm just gonna use this one to lightly make this deeper. And I'm not gonna take it all the way forward. I'm just gonna use it to deepen this part. And kind of clean up the edges around, or to, what am I trying to say? I'm using this to define, there we go, to define. So I'm using this to simply define that line I so much wanted to keep clean. Now I'm gonna find like a really thin brush to kind of go in this with either brown or black. Okay, so this is the kind of brush that I'm going to use. I'm going to dip into Hi Dude, and it is this one right here. I can kind of feel like the bone that I'm following. So I would just follow that bone. There's the conventional cut crease shape, and it kind of goes like this, or here. It kind of goes like this, like the curve, and then like that. Mine's a little bit more flattered because of the eye shape that I have, and it also makes it easier that way too. You see how it's getting more defined? And I want to make sure that the size of the line stays the same throughout the whole cut crease. because I don't want it to be like thinner or thicker and then like go thinner. I mean, I like when it flows like that, but I don't want it to be too thin here and then thicker here. Like, it's supposed to get bigger to smaller. So that's how I like to do mine. People have different ways, different preferences, and it's just whatever ends up working for you and whatever's easiest for you. There we go. You see that? So now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna curl my eyelashes, and then I'm not gonna put mascara, I just want them curled, and then I'll go in with the eyeliner. Pretty much what I have done is I put my hair up, and I also did my eyeliner, which you guys saw, and I also put my lashes. These are for Pearl Beauty Lash. I will link them down below, and the style, because right now I don't remember, but I will say that this website that I'm gonna link down below, they got some bomb ass lashes. Like, look at these, bro. These are fire. And I just kind of started baking a little bit just because I feel like I didn't leave the first round on it long enough. And then I used a lighter shade for my lips because the other one was just too, I didn't like how dark it was. So, and then I also added lower lash line. I pretty much just used the same colors I did up above. And then I added eyeliner on the inside. So now I'm just gonna brush this off. And I have his first brush collection. I didn't get the second one yet, but I want to anyways. But Gus got me his first brush collection when it came out, and they're pretty good. So when I went to go get the palette, you know, I like going shopping by myself. I don't like going with people because I get distracted. And so I went in there, I was like, this is what I want, this is what I need, gotta go, whatever. And then the guy at Morphe was just like, at the one at the Mall of America, he's like, you should just buy the whole collection. And I'm just like, bitch, si me la compras, ahí veremos. Si no, que te diré. No, but he was just like, you should just buy like this and that. And oh my gosh, have you seen, like, bro, some people just try too hard to sell you things. Anyways, so this is his product. So my final reviews on this palette is it fire? Is it not fire? I think that this collaboration of Jeffree Stars with Morphe is fire. I think that a lot of these shades are super buildable and they're super pigmented. Like this one's self-made. I swatched this in the store, and I didn't, mind you, I don't dig my fingers into these things, and I just kind of went like that, and it was like super good, and I was like, we'll see when we come home. And I swatched that one on, and I did put that on my eye, and it looked really good. I will say the shade Millions, when we first saw that eyeshadow, I'm sure a lot of us got really excited, but I would suggest you go swatch that in stores to see that it's not all that shade at least, but for the rest of them, they're really good. So I do think So I do think that the collaboration from Morphe and Jeffree Star is indeed fire. And this is the final look I did. I'll put my like eyelashes lower so you could see.
Handle me? Who gon' handle me? Thinking he's a player, he's a member on the team. He put in all that work, he wanna be the MVP. I told him ain't no taming me. I love my niggas equally. Fucking 9 to 5 niggas with that superstar beat. Fuck the superstar nigga, now I got him far.
Has been Is It Fire with Yvette Aguirre on my YouTube channel, and thank you so much for watching.
I can't read your mind, gotta say that shit. Should I take your love? Should I take that dick? Got a whole lot of options, cause you know a bitch poppin'. I'm a high girl, so you know when shit's stoppin'.